On this episode, we're gonna see if I can figure out how to do this 2025 Subaru Impreza. I'm doing a full remote start, cellular system and everything on it. And the number one thing that I am not really good at or proficient in is remote starts. So hopefully this goes well. So this is a perfect example of when we tell customers that they can't do something and they think they can. If you think you can do a remote start on your own in your new car, that's great. I love the drive, I love the ambition, you know, that's super. But this is what it takes. So these are all different components to the install. We have the actual remote start module, we have the T-harness, we have the RF kit to have the transmitters, and we have the cellular system. Now, to be able to do this, you need to be able to have your computer. Then you also got to have, for this car, a hub, which this hub is how you're going to program your key and the transponder. Then you have to be able to plug in the brain. Then you have to have a login to be able to log in, and then flash the module to do everything that you want it to do and set it all up. This is not something most people are going to have access to. So when we tell people that they shouldn't try to do remote starts on their own, it's not because we think you're stupid and we don't think that you could figure it out. It'd be great. But you got to have all these things that most people aren't going to have. So you're just going to be upset and you're going to try to do something that you shouldn't, and then you're going to damage your car because all of this integrates into a car's computer. Nothing is like it used to be. There are no relay packs, there are no voltages. It's all computer based. So you got to make sure you do it right, or you could actually brick your car and then you end up having it towed to the dealership and you're going to pay a lot of money to get it fixed. Now me, I am not a proficient installer when it comes to remote starts. I don't like them, I don't do them. The only reason this one's in my shop is because I am the guy that gets the brand new cars. So if you have a brand new vehicle, a 2025, and you want to integrate it in with audio or anything, I'm the guy people bring it to. But remote starts are just, they're not something that you make any kind of money on unless you do a lot of them, and I don't like doing them. I'm just not good at them. But luckily I have friends, and those friends are considered the best in the industry. So I'll be blowing their phones up today. And we've already hit our first snag, and we're not even on step one. We literally just hit the year 2025 on the computer. And as you can see, Impreza is not listed, which that's a problem. So now I have to verify that this car is actually covered because it may be so new that it's not. Now, if it's the same as 2024, we're fine. But if they changed anything for 2025, we're probably gonna have an issue. And that's where calling my buddy to find out, and he just told me what I need to do. And the first thing I need to do is I need to get down behind the dash there and get to the BCM. That's where everything's going to be wired. I need to verify that the plugs are the same as what's on my T-harness and verify the plugs are the same as what they have listed. If the BCM has changed, if the plugs don't match, that's pretty much a red flag that this install is not going to be able to be done, which means I probably won't be able to do this vehicle until they get this car registered and verified in their system and they've gone through and made sure that all the CAN bus and all the programming is going to work. So now with the BCM access, the wiring I'm going to be hitting is on the back of the fuse box there. So 3 10mm bolts, removes it, pulled it down, check the back. The plugs do match, so that means this install should work no problem. So what we're going to do is we flash it as a 2024, not as a 2025. They just haven't carried it over into the 2025 section yet online. So go ahead, do the flash, and then we can check the instructions and get our harness prepped. Using that new hub was actually really cool. You take the factory key and it goes in there. It did all the programming. Luckily, it had all the steps on the screen for like a small child because I get really confused when there's a lot of stuff I've never used. I want to know exactly what I'm doing. So this is the wiring, but this is for hardwire. So if we go down, we should be able to see there. There's the T-harness, so that's what I'll be using. And this is why I like having these glass tops, like I said. I have markers so I can write. So if I really wanted to, I can actually tape the lines down. I can write on the glass with dry erase and I can say, you know, what's going where. But I lay everything out like this, kind of see where it's all going. These are the plugs that are be going up to the ignition. So we're gonna be unplugging the ignition cylinder, plugging this in. Gotta plug this in here. We got the RFID, which is right here. That's what the hub programmed the key to. These are the plugs that are going to be going on the back of the fuse box that I just showed you. I need to run this ground, the ground it says to hook up first. This is for horn honk. I haven't decided, but I left it on there. A lot of people don't like the horn honk feature. It's annoying because if you go to work early in the morning, you don't want your horn honking when you start it or do anything stupid. So I'll decide if I'm gonna hook that up. Then over here, we have the RF antenna. So this is for the transmitters, and this is the linker for the cellular control system. So all of it's laid out. This will be the central off to the left. We'll run the wires over, strap it up in the car, run that up the A-pillar, mount it to the windshield. This will get mounted up at the top of the dash. Next step is just get in there. I gotta pull off the column around the key cylinder, get this laid in there, zip tie the brain, start running the lines where they need to go, and then we'll just plug it in and do the programming. The programming procedures at the bottom of the instructions. We'll go over that when it's time. I think I might need to go buy a lottery ticket today because this never happens. Car I've never done before, equipment I've never used before, a new programming plug or hub that I've never used before, and a new cellular system that I've never done before. Everything works. No hiccups, no problems, everything works. I think it's time to go buy a lottery ticket. It's pretty rare. Usually something. There's gotta be something that you're like, oh man, I'm gonna have to check on that. He'll go in, change a setting. It's kind of crazy. But I'll show you, check this out. So here's with the key fob, you got lock, you got unlock, and you've got double press for start. But then we can go ahead and shut it down. And we also have cellular control on here, which is gonna be hard for me to show you because it's on this cell phone. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a screen record. So here you can see this is in test mode because I need to release it to the customer. But we have lock, we have unlock, start. So you have to hold the start button so it fills the circle. Then it shows you right there at the top on the screen your runtime, how long it's been running. Then we can shut down this remote start. So then also up at the top, you can check your GPS. So you click that and it'll show you the location of your vehicle. Looks like they also added this trips, geo speed and guard down at the bottom, which must be new because that wasn't on the linkers I had. They'll show your voltage up there also. On the right hand side, you can see it shows temperature. So pretty cool. Everything works. So the release button up there, I can go ahead and release it to the customer and then it's all his. And that's that. That thing's all finished up. And it's like 2:30. That's so weird. I don't know what to do with myself. 2025 Subaru Impreza remote start cellular control in the books. Thanks for watching.